Welcome back to the Roundhouse. We're in the cage. It's twitch.tv/TampaNeverSleeps. We're here for Roundhouse 2023 Guilty Gear Strive Top 8. I'm Dostro, joined by Jadelyn. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm freaking fantastic. This is going to be such a good top 8. I've been looking forward to this since I saw the bracket earlier this week. And there are absolute murderers that you would find at any Frosty, Combo Breaker, Evo. They're here in this top 8.
Yeah, we have, even in our upcoming first match of top 8, UMISHO just got second at Otaku. Eddventure top 16 as well, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, such great pedigree in this top 8. And Chicago on its own, the Chicago local scene, has a really deep talent pool, in my opinion, my humble opinion. As
I'm not Chicago, and it's true. There's so much talent that's here in this city, and they showed up and they showed out, and there has not been a disappointment yet.
Oh yeah, and just looking through the top 8, we have so many killers and so many intense matchups that you can't really clearly pick a number 1.
No, and so real quick, if you're not following along with the bracket, which you can at start.gg/roundhouse23, we've got UMISHO, Eddventure, Hotashi, Macho, Vega, SQ, Bepaw, and Jano.
Oh yeah.
All in this top 8, which is ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy. But just a small preview of this first match that we're seeing.
Yes.
UMISHO versus Eddventure. Eddventure, well known for their Jacko play, even the returning Roundhouse champion.
Right.
But they've been playing Sin Kisuke in this patch. Represented Sin Kisuke at Otaku, a lot of online tournaments as well. UMISHO, of course, on the Soul, the Umi Soul, if you will.
Yes.
UMISHO played Chris Chaos, a local Soul player, local Sin player, to make it into top 8. And I recall vaguely scrolling through Twitter, seeing UMISHO say that she does not want to fight Sin Kisuke. This was several weeks ago. But I can't imagine her opinions have changed all that much.
No, I mean, UMISHO said when we were having the exhibition on Friday, had to fight Chris there. And she said, after the first time, she's like, I don't want to fight Chris again. Round 1, had to fight Chris.
the blind pick into the round 1 Chris both times. But as expected, as we have predicted, Soul Bad Guy versus Sin Kisuke, this is the Gohan versus Piccolo matchup, if you will.
It kind of is. You know, Grandpa is going to teach the first graders some new tricks. But, so in the most recent patch, Sin definitely benefited a lot. So a lot of his moves got much stronger. There are people that have been showcasing, I mean, in particular, Kizzy K has been doing a great job with this. But what a big burst there from Ed.
Yeah, there were a lot of great changes for Sin. You can't really point at strictly one that makes him such a better character. And Soul, a character that was on the cusp of being one of the best characters, but the system mechanics are something that really benefit them.
Yes. The biggest change for Soul is, one of the biggest changes is how much less damage Wild Throw does because of the damage reduction to command grabs. But you can't stop the freight train that is UMISHO.
UMISHO is an unstoppable force, and Eddventure needs to be immovable to be able to get through this. Right away, that 2D, the low profile, even trumping Far Slash on round start, and UMISHO trying her best to stay right outside this effective range when playing neutral. But when Eddventure gets the chance to press, it's going to be hard to deal with it.
That was a really nice opener with the 6P, and then going for the stomp as well. But the dash over the PRC to stay out of that explosive range was really good stuff from UMISHO. But Ed taking advantage here. Umi's going to build burst. I don't know if she's going to use it, though. No, she's out of it. She's fine.
Yeah, we're not using our meter here. We get a mix-up. 2 hits on the overhead. Knock, knock. Is anyone home?
No. Sorry, friendo. Using the Wild Assault, get a little bit more damage there. And Eddventure had previously used some of that burst gauge on a deflect shield. All right, RTL, I learned this from my dad. Bye. Back from whence we came.
Yeah, but we have to be cognizant of the meter.
Oh, nice
Good
PRC.
FD off the PRC. Recognize that UMISHO has the 6 feet away, able to defend, but UMISHO goes for the heroist of all hero bursts.
That's exactly how you do that. So the only things that deflect shield cannot do is grabs.
The deflect shield isn't widely used as a get off me tool. It is more often a potent use of I don't want to block this mix-up.
Yep.
And Eddventure used it in a very intelligent place, a place where 50-50 would come out, but UMISHO just runs right through it with the wild throw.
Right. Okay, the BRC. Oh, empty. The empty dash with it too, the pickup, and then go ahead, use the wild assault, take that over. I love that UMISHO uses wild assault so liberally. There's the wild throw, and then the RC afterwards. The burst though from Eddventure gives him another chance at life.
And UMISHO having a clear life advantage. It's not much of a risk just to go for the kill if Eddventure wants to spend burst, because UMISHO is so far ahead in resources right now.
The BRC to get, oh my gosh, that was genius. BRC backdash and use the move to go forward. No, gold burst was blocked though. Eddventure's backdashing a little more than I would like, but the air throw gives the corner advantage.
Spectacular awareness. Air throw, a common anti-air option, but the DP is something that UMISHO has represented time and time again, whether it's today, whether it's yesterday, or at tournaments past. She's always waiting for you to overextend into a DP.
You see that? She's just like, ugh. And the thing is, it's not like, I mean, these players have faced each other a lot, but UMISHO is stressed about this matchup. This is hard. Yeah, punish the grab. It was too far away.
Gazelle step, super minus.
Yeah, was forced to use that burst too. Yep.
Oh, get off of me.
Oh, okay. Same idea. Combine them.
It's in stereo.
That was a good punish. I like the way they're baiting moves at each other a lot.
These players are already so many levels deep. I wouldn't be surprised if they were just playing matches over this weekend, not necessarily expecting to see each other in bracket.
Yeah, okay. So I thought that Eddventure was out of that, and they were. So the PRC covered the bases. You're good to go. But UMISHO's still winning this pretty well. Yeah, overhead is going to take it.
Yeah, that JH, a big button, 0 recovery frames, in fact. Able to take it, but 5H, in fact, swing with the haymaker.
Big overhead coming out here. Oh! Eddventure just jumps out of the corner, but 6P doesn't work that time, but the 2P does connect and is going to get a lot of damage. The Hawkbreaker going to take that as well, and then use the super, keep going. That's a big combo. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, something that really carried over from the previous patch to Sin's benefit is that Sin always did so much damage.
God, 6P is a button of all time, and it is working for UMISHO.
Anti-air. Oh! Annie, go get your gun. Big pickup, using the wild assault off the air hit. Great recognition on the confirm, allowing UMISHO to get the kill, and she's currently up 2-0.
That was a lot more difficult for Ed. Umi was calling out a lot of what he was doing. Things that worked in that first round that he won, UMISHO was calling it out. The different backdashes was grabbing him out of it. Some of the, oh yeah, Ed is thinking about it. He knows. He's got to make adjustments.
I'm a fan of taking a breath between games. Just taking a moment to recollect and make sure that you're not freaking out or going in too hastily.
Alright, yeah, 2K2D does not do anything, but 2K2 for UMISHO forces the burst out of Ed. That was actually more assertive from Eddventure to maintain the corner position, but UMISHO said bye, and then PRC for nothing.
Yeah, utilizing these L hunts to stay in. We're low on stamina. We still get the break and a little bit of fight to eat, too.
And that was meat as well, so that's going to be a nice bonus. Ooh, 5P.
You'll poke your eye out with that thing.
That is a reference. My goodness. I love that. That is
big 2D.
Yeah, that's a good counter hit round start for UMISHO.
Soul 2D is a timeless button. Plus R, Exert, Strive, it doesn't matter. Wall slump setup, yep.
Nicely done.
Oh, the JH actually hit. Usually that's used to whiff and go low.
And had enough of that burst gauge to use Wild Assault twice. The throw to maintain the position, didn't even have to use anything else. Perfect for UMISHO to round out the second round of Game 3.
And UMISHO utilizing the wall slumps to maintain pressure in the corner, despite all of the meter it gave back to Eddventure. It now just doesn't even matter. Eddventure spends their burst early.
Yeah, they've got the RC now as well. Going to be able to... No, they dropped the combo. That's unfortunate because now that wall damage is going to reset and they're not going to be able to capitalize on that. UMISHO is slowly inching the way out. Attack on the grab. It was good anticipation.
And that JH, a great defensive and offensive button depending on how you're air dashing.
BRC overhead. Got a FD. Going to do it again. Carry this. Space goes coast to coast.
Yeah, I love this BRC mix that UMISHO is implementing more. Doesn't get the clean hit, and therefore it doesn't get the full pick up. OTG.
This is still anybody's game. BRC backdash does not work out for Eddventure, but the follow-up does. There's not enough tension. Burst is available for UMISHO. Yeah, we got the burst, but not gold burst. Yeah, get off me.
She didn't want to deal with that follow-up. Run out DP!
Yikes! Stripes!
UMISHO! Oh my god!
Dostro, that is Umi's soul.
Umi's soul. Oh! Volcanic Viper!
Sometimes you just run up DP.
I was talking to Maverick about this when we had the exhibition. I talked to Chris Chaos about this a good deal. You got to play 95% of the time. You got to play solid. Like you're a rock. You can't be moved. And that other 5% of the time, you got to play stupid.
Something I said. Okay, no, I don't disagree. Something I said recently was that the line between aggression and recklessness is very thin. And sometimes it just works. So you know what? Wake up buttons. Wake up DP. It works out.
We love wake up buttons in this house.
Well, I mean, yes, I do. It's the name of my show. It's the name of my website, too. WakeUpButtons.com. Anyway, in all seriousness, yes, it is. But real quick,
another website you want to visit.
Another website that I would love to visit and love for you guys to visit too, because I can't visit it right this hot very second, is matcharena.com, where you can contribute to these fabulous players' prize pools. We've already got $11. Let's go. So how many codes do we have left? We have 25. I want
to see that reach 0 by the end of the evening.
I would. Hey, somebody just claimed one. Shout outs to whoever you are, because I see that live right here on screen. Thank you.
It's free money. Sign in to one of your assorted social media accounts.
Yo, that's 4 people.
Hit those claim
seconds.
Code buttons. Follow those sponsored quests, and if you feel so inclined, you can donate directly to the pot out of the kindness of your heart.
Oh,
I love seeing the number go up. I love seeing the number go up.
Yeah, and look at all the different ways that you can log in. Battle.net, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitch, so on and so forth. There's a number. Wow, guys, like, actually, thank you. That is incredibly generous of you. Please keep claiming those codes. Tell your friends. Just please, we really appreciate it. But now we're getting into our next match.
We have Hotashi versus Macho right
now.
So Macho, one of the last players, the last bastion of Zato purity out here.
Yeah, Zato did not benefit from this patch, and I think that's the nicest thing you can say about it. If you're not aware, the Eddie gauge got 2 more seconds on its regen, and it's brutal, honestly. It is.
And they also
nerfed
Zato flight. He can't stay in the air as long.
Right.
His replacement of the air dash is his little bit of flight. But he does have Blue Wild Assault, which is something that is very powerful for him, and something that Macho uses to such fantastic usage. And both of these players, even Hotashi and Macho, they've met a decent amount of times in just our local. Like, the Chicago area is no stranger to both Macho and Hotashi running our pockets.
Well, I mean, Chicago is really the home of Guilty Gear.
It is the home of Guilty Gear. Yeah. Frosty Fausting's coming up. Sign up.
For sure. Really quickly, before we get into this, because Wild Assault is so new, there are 3 kinds of Wild Assault: orange, blue, and white. Orange is one you're going to see a lot because most of the characters have it. It's fast startup. It's great for combo extensions. But blue, which we're going to see a little bit more here, guard crushes. Great for your offense. And then white, which is for most of our big body characters. It's invuln on startup, but it's got really, really slow, and it has advantageous guard crush on black.
Yeah. On average, we're going to see this matchup, Bridget versus Zato. On average, Bridget is very good at dealing with a lot of Zato's options sort of the mid to longer range. But once you get the knockdown with Zato, you're going to get put in the blender, and you might just lose the game. And Macho is definitely someone who can do that to you.
Yeah, but right now, Hotashi is the one bringing it to you. Hotashi's mix on Bridget has just excelled, especially in the past couple of months. Getting the Roger and then the area shift damage. What a perfect to start off this round 1.
Yeah, Macho on full burst. Hotashi spending his Wild Assault towards the end and not benefiting from positive meter bonus to get any sort of bonus back. But here's the knockdown. This is what it takes. Despite having longer Zato Eddie gauge coming back, Macho can stall it out. He's very smart.
He's an incredibly cerebral player, and you're seeing that now, but unfortunately, Hotashi is also so willing to take advantage of things. 6P does come out with Invite Hell following up from Macho. Gonna get the throw corner position. Eddie is out. You gotta be really careful. He's gonna spend the rest of the Eddie gauge anticipating that he's gonna get wall break. Command grab comes afterwards. Not gonna kill, and then the DP comes out from Hotashi.
Yeah, we're just gonna try and do our best here. Play the neutral game. Zato has a lot of great tools to keep Bridget at bay, especially when he's ahead. But once you get that 6P out, it's hard to contest because Zato's 6P, spectacular button.
Oh, the way that those ranges and the levels of the moves, it was so perfect. Gets a great round start counter hit from Hotashi. And now, oh my god, just Kickstart My Heart right into the corner. I said Bridget needs to be, like, Kickstart My Heart has got to be the name of the defibrillator because that's what I feel needs to happen every time I see it on screen.
I mean, my heart skips a beat every time I see it because something nasty's about to come.
All right, lots of pressure coming out. The FD from Macho trying to prevent anything from happening. Big counter hit once again. PRC to follow it up, forces a burst.
Yeah, we're able to keep a check on Eddie. Her low buttons, 2K,
Yikes.
2P, even Yo-Yo are really great at checking a drunkard shade. You have to establish some sort of neutral presence using, like, Zato drills in order to prevent your opponent from being so greedy. But the way that Hotashi is approaching neutral, putting stop and dash out is forcing Macho to make the decision first and make the decision for Hotashi.
Which honestly is great for Hotashi. He doesn't have to decide anything.
Yep.
It's all there. The fly, again, you can notice right there that fly was so much shorter than he would really want to be. Big counter hit, forces the burst again. Macho hasn't been able to use any of the new mechanics because he never has burst.
We saw one Wild Assault only coming out from Macho. Oh, what a punish! Great usage of the backdash BRC, recognizing that the throw was coming up and punishing accordingly.
Oh my goodness. I mean, poor Macho, he's not getting to play it, and the 6P was challenged because of the head invulnerability. Hotashi is such a smart player.
And the way that Hotashi plays is, I think, very different than just about any other Bridget player that you'll come into. His setups are so different than a lot of other players, and the way that he likes to move is just trying to keep you a little bit off kilter than what you'll see a lot of other players in Tower or even in Tournament.
I agree. Hotashi has really set themselves apart with this Bridget gameplay. And they were so notable for their Nago gameplay, but here we are. Eddie's still recovering, just got it back. Kind of a wild 6P there for Macho.
Something that Macho is really great at and really sets him apart from a lot of Zato's, I think, is his willingness to challenge in neutral without Eddie.
Yes. Oh my goodness, the burst coming out, and so that overdrive did not end up working out. Just fly through the air, space happens.
From downtown.
I mean, yeah, you caught a whole train from downtown Chicago to Skokie, that's for sure. That means Hotashi is up 2 in this match. Macho kind of thinking about it. Briefly. We're back in.
It seems like the defining factor of this matchup right now between these two players is how Macho is dealing with stop and dash. The yo-yo set specifically.
Yes.
The boomerang on the way back. It's not going to be as much of an issue when Macho is in your face, but it's just a ticking time bomb, allowing Hotashi a greater amount of movement options and lets him really pick and choose how he wants to approach.
I also want to point out Hotashi's movement in that moment, which was an air dash and then into a low 2K 2D. It's so incredible the way that he is able to move. I say that, he gets caught by the backdash. That's on me. Sorry, Hotashi. Frog comes out. We get applause. And now, yeah, tap dust. Not going to kill, but it is going to hurt.
I swear, I get hit by Zato 5D much more than literally any other character.
I feel like it's more of a clutch tool in his kit, though.
It's something that I think is very well defined for him with the usage of Eddie specifically.
Yes.
A similar form factor with a character like Happy Chaos as well.
I agree.
Back to neutral, we have positive bonus.
That was big, and there was that set on the yo-yo coming back, but it doesn't matter. We get a burst out of Hotashi trying to avoid this. I do like that they're getting outside of Macho's 6P range because that was warranting them a lot of unprecedented damage. But this is going to hurt. Yeah, Hotashi's off the controller. You know you did. Bye.
Oh! Smile, you son of a...
Eddie was hungry, and he got a snack.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Macho puts one up on the board.
Yeah, I liked Macho's adaptations. There weren't so many big commitments to the buttons on that one, so it felt like he had more control, which is exactly what you want. Again, especially with the nerfs that Zato has been given.
Something that's very important with playing against Bridget, no matter who you're playing, Zato or literally any other player in the cast, is how you play into the yo-yo on the screen, especially when it's the returning yo-yo.
That was a huge challenge, and Hotashi using the burst is a big win for Macho despite the corner situation. However, that was a big win for Hotashi, getting the burst, even after the PRC getting the throw, and then, making Macho spend all of his meter on FD. That's a problem.
We put the oppose out. We took the corner away from us. Hotashi back in. Oh, but the karate chop 2S.
Invite Hell is challenged, and then the air movement challenge as well. This is... yeah, should be fine with the RC, yeah.
Right against the wall. Macho just over 50% burst, but Hotashi getting close to 50 there as well.
Yo-yo's out. And then Eddie came up with Macho's doing much better about managing the Eddie meter so that he is always available. Except right there, that was unfortunate because Hotashi was able to challenge with the 6P from Macho connected.
Oh, great 2H. Truly one of the best
buttons
in the game.
Oh, that was a grab. It was a whiff grab from Macho. Hotoshi's going to be able to take a big advantage of this one. Dash BRC. Overhead, challenged. Punish.
Do or die situation. Gets clipped by the drills. Oh, Pierce on backup. Spectacular look.
Invite Hell doesn't work, but Kickstart My Heart going to be able to take this a little bit further.
Oh, careful. It goes right over the 2P. The rolling movement just slightly above. Hotashi moves on to fight UMISHO in winners finals.
Oh. And they fight each other so much.
Oh, yeah. It definitely...
so much.
Definitely a team of training partners.
Yes.
Hotashi, Razzo, UMISHO, and probably a wide swath of other really talented players because the network in Guilty Gear Strive is very vast and interwoven.
It's incredible what we get to see here and the number of high-level gameplay. So, speaking of amazing high-level things that we get to see, let's talk a little bit about the ads and the sponsors that we have here at
Ignite Gaming Lounge in Skokie, Illinois.
Exactly.
It's FGC Meetups.
FGC Meetups. Talk more about this. This is your local.
Every second and fourth Friday of the month, FGC Meetups. You can come down right here to Ignite Gaming Lounge in Skokie, Illinois to play Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, King of Fighters 15, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken 7, and a wide assortment of other games on casuals and a few in side brackets as well.
For $5.
$5 per bracket, 15 to cover, but also hosted and held by Low Kick Esports. You better keep in touch with Super Saturdays and their World Warrior Tournament Series for the Capcom Pro Tour.
Yeah, so join the Capcom Pro Tour 2023 circuit for your chance to win this a part of the unprecedented $2 million prize pool. If you win, you get $1 million entire dollars. That's a lot of dollars.
That's a lot of money.
So go ahead and scan that QR code in the bottom, figure out how you can become a part of it, what your region is, all of that. But let's talk a little bit about Glyph, because this is incredible. Have you checked out the Kickstarter?
Oh, yeah. I was able to talk to one of the guys here at Roundhouse. They have the Glyph here. It's an interchangeable faceplate, a lot of buttons, and hot swappable key switches for the arcade buttons. There's tons of different layouts, all super hot swappable. They have magnets on the side, and you can just use whatever layout is comfortable for you, whether it's for fighting games, whether it's for rhythm games, whether it's for platform fighters or even platformers. There's a lot of different ways you could utilize this new leverless technology.
It's really incredible, and importantly, open source. You can actually 3D print parts for this yourself, which it's so cool. Go check them out on the Kickstarter. It's just go out there, type in Glyph, exclamation point Glyph in the chat. That'll help you get there faster. But I mean, even Markman has backed this.
Oh yeah.
So you know that a product is good if Markman has backed it.
That's high praise. And we have high praise for the team over here at Low Kick Esports. They're hosting the World Warrior Midwest. Next opportunity, U.S. Midwest number 4, October 28th at 2 p.m. Central. You can go to start.gg/SF6 Midwest. You can find out if you are available to play in your region. and you can get these points for the World Warrior Online for this Midwest region. If you're in any of these highlighted states, you can join any of the upcoming events on October 28th, November 11th, November 18th, or November 18th being the finale to qualify for that Capcom Pro Tour to get a hand on that 1 million smackaroonies.
Yep. So, before we get into the losers half of this bracket, we're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be on the loser sides of Guilty Gear Strive right after this. And welcome back to Roundhouse 23 here at Ignite in Skokie, Illinois. I am Jadelyn. I'm joined by Dostro, and we've had 2 explosive matches in the winner's side of this bracket for Guilty Gear Strive right now. Speaking of bracket, let's take a look at it real quick, seeing where we are sitting. So talk us through this, Dostro.
We just saw UMISHO versus Eddventure. As you said, very explosive. UMISHO 3-0 over Ed into winners finals. Joined in winners finals is Hotashi, who just took it 3-1 over Macho. Macho, the Zato Bastion, the beam of light for the Zato bro. But not quite a 3-0, but there's a lot of adaptation going through both of these players. We're moving on to the lower side of the bracket now. We have Bepaw versus Jano coming up for our next match.
Right, and finally we'll have Vega versus SQ after that, but this is the scary place, honestly. Like, Okay, let me back this up. So Bepaw has been in this position a lot, but as we have seen throughout the lifespan in many, many different games with them, they're emotional. They're an emotional player. And they, of course, they want to do well. They're from Chicago. They want to be able to represent their hometown, everything like that. But you've got to be able to perform.
Definitely. And Bepaw, no stranger to the big stage. A champion in their own right. BB Tag, Combo Breaker 2023 champion.
Yep,
Arc Revo
cried.
Online 2020 BB Tag champion. And has taken a lot of firsts here at Ignite Gaming Lounge in Skokie, Illinois. Jano, a bit of a newer staple. They've been coming more frequently also from the area ever since about July, I want to say. And these players have definitely played a lot.
They certainly have. So there's going to be some knowledge checks, but Bepaw been playing this Testament pretty regularly, sometimes switches out with Bridget, but you can see why they're playing the Testament in this matchup. In particular, the range advantage that you're going to have, and catching Jano out.
Yeah, and uses that safe jump setup, catching with the hit stop OS to get the backdash with 2K. We're through the corner, it's Stain State, applied, popped, and finished. Bepaw takes the first round.
I like the way that Bepaw is so aware of Stain State and how it's going to connect. That underneath is going to hurt so much. Do it again. It keeps working. And then the teleport. What sneaky movement to create the visual confusion.
Yeah, when the succubus isn't on screen, it's hard to keep track of it if you are not the Testament player. And utilizing that Wild Salt just to get in, sets up with the Nostrovia, and we're going to be able to get a mix-up off this. Oh, the empty low.
Interesting. So this is going to give Jano another chance, but has to burst after Bepaw is being a little bit more aggressive, and then the scythe comes out. Very clean stuff.
Yeah, on Friday night, we saw that Bepaw was willing to go to the Testament versus Ram when he played against SQ in the exhibition. And a lot of players, a lot of my friends, we were wondering which character Bepaw would go to choose for, because both Testament and Bridget, 2 of Bepaw's more prominent characters, don't have a very comfortable time against Ramlethal.
You just said Ramlethal and all of me died. I understand, but still. All right, burst is gone for both players now. Projectile coming out and then the teleport to follow up. But I like the way that Bepaw is blocking so that they're not being hit by that new move from Ram with the rock. Taking care of the corner, but the overhead in the RC is going to work out for Jano this time. And then the tap just into the RC, full combo coming out with the swords and explosions. You have to eat all of this damage.
Jano, a player that's very fond of Ondo, the rock move.
Yes.
So you have to be watch out and very cognizant of how Jano chooses to use not only Ondo, but the assortment of options that Ram has.
Mordobato, and then the recovery is so long on that overdrive that Bepaw is going to be able to take it easily. That was much more in favor of Jano, but Bepaw was just like, I know what you're going to do, block this, and hold these recovery frames.
There's the rock and the easy response, but Jano being crouching there actually drops the combo from the JHD.
You know, he might have dropped it, but that's a whole lot of damage.
Well, we're getting into it. Good instant block on the wake-up situation. We're back to the corner.
RC still blocked. I mean, I get it. I understand what you're trying to do and create the pressure. The neutral jump, the neutral empty jump from Bepaw, though, is going to be able to at least get a little bit of something out. The grab is not going to finish it, but the windshield wipers will.
And Jano utilizing PRC as a bit of a burst bait, trying to tell Bepaw that he can press the buttons, but the instantly loses the burst off of the one counter hit.
You know what? You do what you can, and honestly, right there. Oh, okay, that was a really great bait for the grab with the backdash from Jano. Ondo coming out, gonna hit Bepaw right into Ram's clutches, and then that ambiguous grab setup as well. Ondo coming back in, overhead PRC, and then the grab back into the corner. Jano is playing out of his mind. The YRC does reset the neutral, and Bepaw's trying to fight back here.
Oh, these huge buttons, far slash, heavy slash, always and forever will be some of the best normals in the game. Keeping Marvin at bay, keeping Bepaw at bay, just not letting him escape the corner. No. And despite Bepaw being very comfortable at full screen, being the zoning enthusiast they are,
yes,
once you get into that mid-range, that's not really where Testament likes to be in this matchup. That far slash, heavy slash range right there.
I like jumping in with the FD just so that there wasn't anything ambiguous about that, but Jano has really found their footing in this matchup and has made a lot of excellent adjustments. But Bepaw answering back with their own throw, going to go for the low and then another throw again. If your opponent is blocking that much, sure, yes, do that. But then 2K2D into Mortabato.
Utilization of the backdash PRC just to get out of there type of tool.
Oh, PRC and the tech on it, excellently done. They're sitting in pretty similar ranges, but the grab into the corner, good awareness from Bepaw, but Jano's burst is going to get him off. Oh, 6P.
I can understand the thought process behind the burst. It's like 1 or 2 touches to kill Bepaw, but at a certain point, we need to have a macro perspective of what's going on, and I have to wonder what Jano's intentions are with such a risky burst.
Agreed. Okay, does go through the entire Rekka string, which can be risky, but I don't think Bepaw could stick out a button effectively, especially because they were hit by 2K2Ds and then going to stop after the second part of the Rekka to dash forward. Got a projectile out. Oh, golly day, this hurts. And the RC after to follow up.
That ought to be a kill.
Yep.
Just sometimes you have 100% tension and sometimes you die. It's the nature of the beast. We can't help but blame them here at Guilty Gear's Crime Top 8.
I was going to say, can't blame society, that's for sure.
Ooh.
All right. Oh, no. I'm not sure if that was I think the corner, it seems like the corner play was intentional. The BRC to get out of it, though, yeah. Jano's really committing to big buttons here, big slow buttons with lots of recovery, so Bepaw is finally taking advantage of that. Jumping over the Ondo so they're not getting caught by it anymore. That's a big adjustment.
Jano really leaning into Ondo, and I think perhaps over-representing it. Bepaw is getting into their mind and getting used to the tempo. And you need to be able to utilize a lot of different tools. There's so much that comes after far slash and heavy slash from Ram, whether it's Ondo, whether it's Bayonetto, whether it's Daro, the flip, or even just doing nothing.
Yes.
You have to keep your opponents guessing.
And that's why you have to be so careful with the third hit of the Rekka, because if it doesn't hit, the recovery takes a very long time, and you've committed to that. So now you're just hit. Oh, counter hit there from Bepaw again. Gonna go ahead and confirm with his overdrive. Probably gonna get area shift as well. Yeah, so now you've got that positive tension. Everything is going Bepaw's way. Just don't lose it. Oh, the low into the overhead. Disgusting.
It is a 50-50. We have Stain on us, so it's such a great mix-up, especially after Nostrovia or breaking the wall while having Stain available. Oh.
Kokoda right here, friendo. That's what's happening. We're going to get the area shift once again, and that was very, very fast. That was 7 in-game seconds.
Yeah, being very, very passive on the round start, we recognized that the Stain was on us. Different meaty setup. Oh, unfortunate drop there. We're still at the corner. There's going to be plenty of damage. We're going to be able to go through the wall, going for Calvados. Bepaw having full burst means that this is strictly more damage without sacrificing the meter differential from the more hits.
You really just needed that one hit, so go ahead, be aggressive. Excellently done. Dual 3, yeah, round start backdash to avoid that range from Ram, really smart. However, going to get the first hit and a big burst out of Bepaw. Oh, and a flash on the 6P.
Oh, got clipped by a single hit. The Ondo catches a backdash. Offensive burst. We're right in the corner. Jano has Bepaw where they need them, but the dash out.
Oh, excellently done. 2K delay 2D and then spacing overhead. I'm seeing the 50-50s now. Good lord.
Oh.
What a catch after that, too.
Oh, that hit OTG, but we still have the girls out.
Oh.
Overhead. And stain is still applied. This is a safe jump.
Dude, do nothing. Oh, the counter hit.
Put out those long dancers' legs. Testament with the absolute elegance, and Marvin finishing it up 3-1 over Jano, sending Jano out to the seats and returning them to the spectators bracket.
Oh, what a place. But hey, it's a really nice place to be in a spectators bracket. Take a look at that behind us when you get a chance.
Yeah, and if you haven't heard it through our microphones,
oh
they're
my
excited
goodness.
back there.
Yeah, we are so fortunate to be able to have this space where you get to see all of the fantastic faces here that have joined us at Ignite Skokie. And I mean, I'm not from here. I am Midwest technically, according to the Street Fighter map. I am Midwest.
You could go to Super Saturdays.
I could go to Super Saturdays, but look, here's all the beautiful people. Check them out. There they are on the other side. I can see Razzo and UMISHO chilling out there. Actually, look at all the people. They look so great. I love them.
A lot of really great people coming up.
Yes. Speaking of really great people coming up, we've got SQ on one side of this bracket. And then that means that they are going against, I'm just double checking.
Vega.
Yeah, they're going against Vega, that's right.
SQ and Vega. It's going to be yet another Ram on screen.
A very notable Ram, though.
Notable Ram. Probably, most likely, most definitely, the premier Ram in North America right now.
Oh, I would say so. SQ has been incredibly consistent with this Ram. They have stuck with it. I mean, they've been playing Ram through Esports Arena, CLG, multiple other different tournaments, online and offline, and has never failed to impress with the way that she plays.
Yeah, and she knows all of her routes like the back of her hand.
Oh, my God.
August 24th, 2023, I saw like 5 SQ tweets. She was like, this is burst safe. This is burst safe. It's a wild assault confirmed. If it touches you, you're going to explode, and I'm going to get positive meter bonus.
You're actually going to die.
You're just going to die, because this Ram do be lethal out here. This Ram do be lethal. But on the flip-flop, on the other side, we have Vega. Another talented player in their own right. Vega is a Millia player. We saw them in Top 16 just before on the alternate stream, as well as in the exhibition.
Yeah, I like the way that Vega plays the Millia, but Millia comes with a lot of baggage in terms of she needs a lot more hits than Ram ever will to kill you, and she's just very fragile.
On the flip side of that, though, with all of this baggage, she can still be quite light. She's always in the air. She's always trying her best not to interact with you. And that's something that I think Millia really excels at, especially when she gets a hard knockdown.
But I'm wondering if this SQ is going to cut off that avenue approach. Oh, okay, we're just going to run up Gold Burst, but oh, this is button check. Never mind.
This is a button check.
I was like, really?
Every time round start, Gold Burst.
If it's not 4-face buttons, it's a button check.
If we saw double round start burst, Gold Burst, that would be insane.
No, but really shout out to 4-face buttons and the number of times he gets Gold Burst in a match, because oh my God.
That's preposterous to me. But something I saw earlier, SQ is a player that really favors the Gold Burst.
Yes.
While we're talking about it, she's so good at just doing wake up Gold Burst and running with that momentum and running right over you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, when SQ wins, definitively wins, all you got to do that round was press down, back, and pray. That is all you got to do. That's how SQ runs you over. It's a Mack truck going 90 on I-40, and you just got to hope that you're not the squirrel in the way.
Yeah, but SQ had to play another Millia to get out of pools, I believe. Had to play Limland, the local Millia player. So we'll have to see if this is how they deal with a different style of Millia, in fact. Lost Shaker to get the knockdown.
Yeah, nice TK Bad Moon as well. Yet there we get the burst. Ondo came out, but then the RC to challenge. Vega doing a great job. Vega operates at 9 million miles an hour.
That's kind of what you have to do as Millia Rage. Even if you're full screen, you don't necessarily want to move a lot, but you have the capability to run in and play that sort of chips and up style with punish gameplay.
I like that air challenge from SQ with the grab. BRC to stay out of it. Backdash again. Okay, winning. They both win for lows. Ondo not going to work out. The RC, though, afterwards. I'm surprised not a grab, but then the deflect shield does work out for Vega.
Very clever opportunity to use deflect guard. Whereas deflect guard, I talked about earlier being I don't want to block the mix-up. It can also be you can't stay asleep while you're doing a block string. And SQ doing, I won't say she's asleep at the wheel, but it is a popular block string, the JHJD right there.
But this is where Ram really excels, is in the corner. The disc setup, though, from Vega could have been really ambiguous, but then we get Wild Assault coming out right afterwards so that SQ can continue their assertion of just dominance and damage.
Yeah, being able to check the air, you have to be able to get a little higher to get around JP from Ram. But Vega doing a great job of just moving outside of the corner and moving in general even.
That RC afterwards was so quick and just excellently done. Getting this carry all the way into the corner. Incredible stuff from Vega, going to be able to close out game 1.
And just going with the confident charge 5D, making sure that it's going to kill, not having to worry about any sort of situation after that. While they did have the resource opportunity to use Wild Assault, they just decided to go for the kill, and I admire the conviction.
Certainly. Disc setup goes in for the overhead, and then that ambiguous side switch. Good good blocking from SQ, but man, 6P does connect, and then the overhead again. This is the air movement that you're pointing out that Millia can do, and Vega is just excelling at it.
Yeah, a character like Millia is just trying their best not to interact until it's absolutely necessary, whether it's utilizing her air movement or her high voltage ground speed.
Oh, that was so unfortunate. The burst is caught out by SQ. So all that work that Vega did is almost negated. It is pretty much one touch for everybody. SQ has to be really careful here. It is going to get the hit and the RC and the carry. That positive tension isn't going to quite get to 50, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah,
nope. See ya.
Electing to use the Wild Assault just to guarantee that it's going to kill. Basically at that point in the life bar that if you go through the wall, we're going to the next round.
Yes, and then you get the Wild Assault again to continue the pressure and dominance into the corner. A big counter hit here, too. And then you get the tap dust, too, forcing the burst out of Vega.
A little bit of a stutter step, getting caught by the long-range buttons from SQ. We're back to the corner. This is exactly what you were talking about earlier. It's when SQ wins, and when she wins...
SQ freaking wins.
She makes a statement of it.
She certainly does, but Vega gets a grab and disc setup. I want to come back to something about the disc setup later, but right now, ambiguous air movement, but SQ is doing so much better about controlling the airspace, which is shutting Vega down. So one thing that I noticed with a lot of Millia players is that they vary what they do after the disc setup. So far, Vega has done the same overhead every single time. I need to see something different.
I mean, there's something to say about just going for the same mix-up.
Yeah, but it's not working!
On defense, I'm always thinking, this is the time they don't do it, right? They're doing something else, right?
Well, there aren't anymore because they haven't gotten a chance to play the video game that they paid for.
With 13 seconds in, and Vega's already down to less than 10% health.
Yeah, sitting there in guts range, and that's just not a good look. Yeah, 6P was almost challenged. The PRC does work, tech in the air, and then the RC, though, return SQ forces the burst. But Ondo, coming in clutch, said, come to me.
Yeah, SQ didn't want that to spiral out of control. Says, I want this round, and I need it right away.
Yeah, sure did. Oh, my gosh. JP is such a good button. And a good character in Street Fighter 6. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That is right after this.
Oh, coming in with it once more. Bit of an echo of the past. We're going right for the Calvados, trying to make this a one-touch situation.
It is a one-touch situation. Like, there's no if and or but about it. As soon as SQ gets this hit, Vega's done. Backdash, not challenged. There it is.
Vega's doing a great job of changing their escape methods. just doing super jump, double jump, air dash back, or trying to get out with an air dash or dash blocking out of the corner when there's a sword connected to the wall. But SQ is doing such a great job of staying in that spot where whether or not you're trying to escape in a different way, I'm going to be able to cover at least 3 of those decisions.
Vega got a couple of little hits round start here, but once again, SQ is the first person to get significant damage on the table, and the disc did not, it's not working out. This is, I like that Vega's trying new things, but there's that same, okay, that time there was not the same overhead. There was a side switch instead, which I liked. Sword is out. Ondo is going to catch it. Now you're stuck with both swords in the corner. Going to be able to wall break Mortabata for extra damage. And SQ is sitting in a pretty good spot now.
Yeah, but Vega having nearly 100% tension, but it doesn't matter. It simply doesn't matter.
No, SQ is so... I don't know if they anticipated, could feel that YRC coming, but they were like, oh, okay. And then Vega just died.
Yeah, in conjunction with the multiple burst safe routes, there are a lot of ways to play your block strings, so they are pretty safe to a YRC opportunity.
SQ is awake and is ready. The challenge, Vega can't go in the air anymore. I'm sorry, this is a no-fly zone. And then we're going to get the Wild Assault into the area shift. Everything's coming up SQ right now, overhead, but the 6P does connect into the YRC side switch, and now Vega is going to be able to get this corner advantage, going to use another 6P to change the stages so they get a positive tension, but the immediate drift BRC from SQ.
And Vega trying to stay alive, but it just might not be possible.
It is not.
Vega eliminated. SQ moves on in the bracket.
So that means that SQ will be facing...
I believe that SQ will be facing Macho. And they played on Friday in the exhibition off stream, unfortunately.
I know.
It was such a spectacular match.
But if you do want to check out that footage, I believe Chris Chaos has that on his Twitter. So do go. It was such a good exhibition. A lot of that is recorded, and you just got to go see it because it was incredible what people are bringing out there.
Oh, yeah. It's the big guns. Everyone's bringing out the big guns, and we're out for blood. People are trying to kill you out here. This is a killing game.
It certainly is. Oh, so we're gonna get Bepaw up first. That's exciting.
You can tell that Eddventure's coming up because they're flashing the flag right behind us.
So there it is. Flag. Oh. Indeed. Oh no, they're gone. I was gonna give you your time.
Oh.
Come back.
Oh.
Come back. Flag.
Bring it up.
Hey!
Welcome back.
There it is. But we are going to get Eddventure and Bepaw on the stage as they are setting up right now. So this is an interesting matchup. Do you think Bepaw does the Testament? I think it's working well.
I expect Bridget into this matchup.
So the Bridget into Sin?
I personally, as a Bridget player, I feel quite comfortable in the Sin matchup. I think, admittedly, Testament can probably do quite well. I don't know that as intimately. But when I think about the Sin matchup, I think about covering that grounded space that Elk Hunt can occupy and also trying to neutralize Far Slash as a consistent threat. Because Sin, Far Slash, and Elk Hunt, both amazing buttons. Elk Hunt absolutely juiced this patch. But if you can cover that with like a 2S or a 2K, Sin and Bridget and Testament both very good at doing that. But it's just
taken for a sec.
I think it's just going to come down to comfort for Bepaw here.
Okay.
And we have a talented Sin player here in the Chicago area, Chris Chaos.
Right.
So Marvin Bepaw isn't unfamiliar with the matchup.
No.
Played both of them.
Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear the vitriol from people being like Marvin hanging over Ram? No.
I think they might be popping off for...
Oh, no. There was some of that, but there was also some no's I heard behind me.
We'll have to see.
All right. It was a moment that was a little bit tense, but heesh.
It's the comfort pick here. And I think Testament being able to play very well outside of Sin's effective range, the Far Slash, the Beak Driver, Elk Hunt, I think that's going to play very well for Testament right now, and Bepaw being well practiced playing from full screen. I have to imagine that they're going to be feeling quite comfortable.
I would think so. I would certainly. I love that you brought up the effective range, because Sin does kind of have to get up in on your face for that. And immediately you could see that that's what Eddventure was trying to do. Oh, Bepaw being a little saucy with that range. Speaking of which, and now establishing that spacing that they want. Stay in state is applied, and then that teleport. So that was nice.
Even in tandem with all of this, being able to check the L hunt, Testament is a character with great low-hitting buttons in 2S and 2K. And as a Testament player, you have to be pretty confident just putting those buttons out, even when your opponent just isn't close to you.
You certainly. Oh, man. I love that Sin went for the high, Testament went for the low, and just missed each other.
It's two ships passing in the night, truly. Oh, but Testament's fragile.
Yes. And you're seeing that right now, and Eddventure's doing a great job until I said that, my bad, and then using the orange Wild Assault to get in a little bit closer to the PRC, and then the backdash immediately. Another PRC and a backdash. Eddventure is everywhere.
There's something a little feral in Sin players that tells them to run up and DP.
It's because Sin is in first grade. He's barely out of kindergarten.
He's the ever-growing wild boy.
He is, and you just gotta be a little crazy, dude.
It's that 5%, Jalen. It's that 5%.
Yep, you're right. Oh my God, the beak driver afterwards with the follow. Oh, that reverse throw from Bepaw was really gross and so fast.
Yeah, spectacular instant blocks. Bepaw showed it even in his match against Jano.
Yes. Bepaw is good at this game.
Bepaw is just a god gamer.
Oh,
Truly
yeah.
a god gamer.
I mean, have you seen Fairy and Granblue? Good God.
Being a little patient on defense.
2K2D, yeah, and then the Wild Assault immediately afterwards. Gonna get this
send
full
out the girls!
Ah.
Nostrovia!
And I love the way that Bepaw was ready to follow it up in case it didn't kill, which it didn't. And then you got the area shift damage with the overhead. It was such good forward thinking.
Yeah, a combo super like Nostrova is very good at letting you have that time to think and plan accordingly.
Good anticipation on the tech. And then, forces a burst.
And Bepaw, a player that doesn't utilize or doesn't really lean into the teleport to get out of the corner, just representing it as a threat so that when it does come out, it's always a surprise.
BRC and then the throw follow-up from Ed. That was so smart. And then you get the overhead into the lows, and oh my God. Not dead, though.
It's those scraggly bones coming in.
Scraggly bones.
Double overhead, gets blocked.
Oh my goodness. YRC resets, but a YRC back is going to push Eddventure in the corner, and then the tech. This is...
Oh, no. We had the plan. We had it in our mind's eye, but we just couldn't execute.
No, that's unfortunate, but that means we are going to see a little bit more of this game, which makes me happy.
Oh, big counter hit.
Yeah,
These are confirms that I've seen only Eddventure do.
Eddventure is an incredible player. I mean, to do as well as Eddventure did with Jacko for so long when nobody else is playing the character, and then you're playing Sin like this, that's great. The low does come out from Bepaw, though, and it's creating the spacing that they really want. Big Driver comes out, Hawkbreaker is challenged, and now you're going to get the overdrive.
That's the first time we've seen this interaction. While the follow-up off of Beak Driver is only -3, it still forces you into that uncomfortable position that makes you think, are they going to DP right now? Eddventure has shown us that they're willing to DP, and Bepaw has shown us that they're willing to wait for it.
They are, and they're willing to make the right read. And that's the most important part. Okay, that was big for Eddventure, and now you're going to get the overhead. Yeah, these grabs are being teched every time. An aggressive burst out of Eddventure to maintain the corner position. Oh, overhead does work, and you're going to get the RC here with not wall break. Okay, nope.
I think Bepaw maybe trying to exhaust their resources. Gets through off of the Gazelle step. Safe jump. Trying to wait for the DP.
Yeah, throw comes out afterwards, though. There we go. So much excitement. Look at the flag. Look at the flag.
And they knew the right spot to put the flag too. right over Ed's shoulder.
I love that.
There's no feeling better than going to a tournament with your homies behind you.
There's no better feeling going to a tournament.
Oh yeah, offline video games, offline fighting games, hits different.
It really does.
There's that thrower representing a deep and layered option.
That's so crazy. Okay, so I complimented Bepaw on how well they were teching throws, and you didn't throw like a single one of those 4 throws.
There's a certain point where you have to be confident in your decision making to either deal the throw or take the throw.
There we go. So that time we were dealing the throw. The overhead comes out, going to get Bird, throw you into the other side. Stain State is applied, but
that's gonna break the wall.
Yeah. There it is. 1, 2, 3, back from whence we came. Neutral is reset. The overhead immediately. Ooh,
Gold burst attempt. Oh, I was worried that Bepaw was a little bit too far, but we have 100% tension. We have to be cognizant of the option.
No, you don't have to be cognizant of anything. You did. You're all the way dead.
The layers get deeper than a dip on Super Bowl Sunday, Jadelyn.
I don't real sports, Dostro. I do esports.
7-layer dip.
Well,
how many?
You got a recipe?
There's a ton of layers.
Okay, all right. I follow.
The analogy is that there is a lot of layers.
I get it.
Plus frames, eat these plus frames. Ooh. Tyrant barrel. No clean hit needed. We're still gonna kill you.
No, this overhead is so much. And Bepaw is being forced to spend all of their meter on FD. Oh my gosh, I think that's the second. That is another perfect in a row for Eddventure. Eddventure is immediately turning this around. Bepaw, though, trying to fight back. Unfortunately, not getting anything really significant until right there. The Wild Assault is going to be able to get some of his damage back.
Electing to use Unholy Diver to break the wall so we have Stain State applied, which I think is very smart because Testament's gameplay really relies on that, but unfortunate drop on the DP bait.
No, that's huge. What a turnaround from Ed. And then the immediate from Bepaw is just trying everything. They get the RC afterwards. Going to use the other overdrive that time.
Bending Calamity 1 just to get the damage in.
YRC, though, resets everything. The FD comes out low. Nicely done. Okay.
Yeah, Eddventure has been doing a great job of not giving Bepaw the space to breathe. And Bepaw finally getting their offense started and finally getting a neutral presence established is going to allow them to run the game plan that they have.
Yeah, the audience just going crazy behind on that win. They want to see Bepaw keep going. But
the STL crowd is the loudest in the building right now.
I love it.
Oh.
No, I'm not feeling it. Nope.
Oh.
So that is going to be Eddventure moving on 3-1.
Yeah, we got the fans in the back flying a flag better than Jean Valjean, if you tell me.
I appreciate that. Yay, musicians! Hooray! Anyway, that's a great musical. But Eddventure is going to be moving on with this Sin. It's so fun being a part of this game from the beginning and getting to see the growth of all of these players and how they are adapting with every single patch and what choices they make with characters and their changes, and seeing somebody like Eddventure, who was truly a breakout on the Jacko. I remember like their Frosty Faustings gameplay was just explosive, and you know, online tournaments, we had so many different circuits that featured Strive, and then to see Eddventure coming into their own on this Sin as well is so much fun to see, and just a joy and a privilege that we get to keep being part of that journey.
The story just keeps on going, and it writes itself. It writes itself. The characters keep coming, Arc System Works keeps rebalancing. There are new moves for every character on the horizon, every character that hasn't already gotten one in August, and it's going to create such a fun and fascinating experience for us as players, as spectators, as competitors.
I mean, I'm certainly looking forward to when the next character comes out sometime in the winter. Winter is long, so
hey,
at
fingers crossed that everyone gets their favorite character.
Well, who do you hope for? Who do
I hope for?
If it's a returning character,
if it's a returning character, I want to see Zappa. Controversial opinion.
Zappa makes me, the sounds that come with Zappa make me want to vomit.
That's
But
completely understandable.
Yeah.
Zappa's a disgusting character.
It's true.
Not only in grossness, but in grossness of fighting games.
Oh, Zappa's
But
disgusting. Oh my god.
I saw what they did with Testament, and Testament's just like a regular character in Guilty Gear Strive. I think
yeah.
Zappa would just be so cool.
Zappa would be cool. I want Jam or Dizzy. I want
Jam
one.
or Dizzy.
I want Jam or Dizzy.
If Jam comes back, I want to see her in the River City Girls outfit.
Oh, that would be so cool.
That would be so cool. I don't care about the annoying noises that are attached to
How
Jam.
dare you?
I mean, I personally never cared, but it's like a lot of people really don't want to listen to Jam, similar to Noelle and Melty Blood.
Hey, Noelle got a whole patch for her
made
voice.
her quieter.
They sure did.
Button check.
Yeah, button check. But here we are, getting into this next one.
I mean, I feel like these players that we have on screen, they've already found their one and only. They've already found the character that gels with them best.
But I wonder, depending on who comes out next and how patches go, will that change?
Maybe.
You never know.
I know SQ definitely had a span of time where she was just having fun with other characters. She entered tournaments with like Chip and Bridget, I know for sure. And Macho, someone from my own scene, I know he's experimented in the past with Bridget a little bit, and has even picked up maybe a pocket Asuka, but the classic Zato to Asuka pipeline. But he's still sticking with the Zato, and he's still dealing mix like he's the man running the casino.
I mean, he's doing a great job. He really is. Especially because so many people gave up Zato.
Yeah, and
oh my gosh.
Something
SQ,
of
please,
note,
we just started.
Something of note in this matchup between these two players, as I mentioned, they played on Friday off stream. It was 3-1 in favor of Macho.
Really? So what has SQ learned in that time? I think the learning is don't let Macho play. Because that's what's happening.
That's on average how you win fighting games.
You know what? I can't argue with that logic because you're right. The overhead is coming out, though the ambiguous. I will always say that Ram's grab is ambiguous because it's so fast and her arm is hidden in the coat when it happens. So
it's really a guess.
It is a guess.
3D players can tech grabs on reaction. 2D players can tech it on feel. It's always an OS. Burst out from Macho, who's just trying to stay alive. Waiting for Eddie to get back. It looks like SQ isn't fully comfortable attacking Macho while he's at that range without Eddie.
I'm surprised because that Macho or Zato without Eddie is pretty disadvantaged. So, all right, we get the tap dust and then Frog gonna go ahead and switch sides now.
No Eddie on board for Macho, but he's gonna get to rock this positive meter bonus.
Yeah, and SQ was just willing to stand there. I'm not even sure they were blocking. I think they just stood there. And now we're going back to the first part of the stage. SQ able to put it back into her control. Oh, that low was sneaky, but Macho, what an answer. Yep, you're dead. Bye.
We're going to need a bigger boat. That super is so cool. It's tied on rounds, though. Tied on rounds and basically on resources, too.
It is very, very close, but Macho out of that Eddie has to be a little bit more careful with the low. Invite Hell does briefly tap SQ's toes. Almost back now. Invite Hell, the swing does not connect from SQ. And what a challenge in the air from Macho to actually get SQ back in the corner.
Yeah, something that I think is really impressive about the way Macho plays is how confident he is contesting different spaces and different ranges no matter the matchup. And that's right what we're seeing with the attempts to keep SQ in the corner, but we're going to keep her through the wall when we get those shark jaws.
With a perfect as well from Macho, an excellent display of what Zato is still capable of.
Yeah, and he spent a large portion of that time leading to the end of that round without Eddie even available, which just, it shows us how attentive Macho is and how ready he is to just give you a different option to block at every juncture.
Oh my gosh, these round starts for SQ are so destructive and explosive. I mean, that was 5 in-game seconds. We're in another place with a positive tension bonus. The low comes out, and then the RC to cancel with the dash up after the brief tap dust. Oh my god, SQ, you're doing too much.
Yeah, at a certain point, we're potentially consigned to saving the burst for the next round, and it doesn't even matter.
Nope.
Another perfect. There have been like 10 perfects in this top 8 so far.
I wish I was counting them, honestly, because it's been an unprecedented amount.
Chat, maybe you know better than us. Oh, Macho overlapping, getting Damn Fang rather than leap.
What an overhead.
Dash block.
Oh my god, SQ, this hurts. I am in pain.
Oh, 50% gone with the blink of an eye.
Sword comes out. Oh, there. Macho was trying to do some kind of neutral jump backdash ridiculousness. Buddy, you got the sword underneath you. What you trying to do?
Double perfect in from SQ. The only saving grace here for Macho is that it happened quickly, and we have the time to regain our composure.
SQ's feeling that one. I like. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, and I know Macho, a player, he always takes a drink of water between games, so it's like a prop, if you will, to tell you to slow down between games. It's something that I think is a very smart choice. Oh, just out of range of the karate chop, 2S. 6Ps the leap and gets the counter hit for her troubles. SQ's able to take corner to corner, but the instant blocks coming out from Macho gets the guaranteed punish.
Invite hell into applause. Oh, return Motomato is blocked, and then a command grab for your trouble.
It don't mean a damn thing.
If you ain't got a swing.
Okay, stuck in the corner. Eddie back for our troubles. YRC at a point where it matters.
Oh, PRC. Oh my gosh, the blocks. These guys are in their heads so much. The Ondo was out of range, though. Macho making sure that they aren't in that. What a counter hit.
Using that 6P just in case oppose goes away at the inopportune time.
Wild Assault is going to keep that safe. Ondo. Oh, I'm scared of these like backdashes from Macho because they're getting caught.
Yeah, but a single hit can lead to so much on a character like Zato.
Not if you're getting hit.
Dash blocks in, 2K, 5K stagger. No burst necessary.
And once again, another perfect. Ooh.
Yep, bit of an early burst. We don't want to take this damage. 2S trying to keep that ground covered while also maintaining a semi-low profile stature.
Okay, sword coming out once again. I really like these little one hits. This is such good manipulation of movement. The staggering is keeping Macho on his toes. We're going to get the area shift damage. Positive tension coming out for SQ. What a counter hit.
Yeah, the hit stop OS coming out, able to make sure that despite the JK not connecting, we still have a button on the ready to make sure that Macho just isn't trying to challenge you.
So that's 4 perfects for SQ?
In this set alone.
Okay, I'm keeping count now.
We're keeping count
now. I'm keeping count of the number of SQ perfects.
Halfway through the back. She got a few already.
Yeah, Gold Burst does not work out there. I like the attempt, but it wasn't it. Ondo does connect the overhead there. SQ is on a tear. I'm afraid.
Using that JD just to get out of the corner, but the lower timer on flight making it much more difficult to escape.
Agreed. Okay. Jeez. I was like, are you going to break the wall or not? You going to break the wall or not?
Yeah, essentially guaranteed from so many hits on Zato's side.
Oh, no.
Clear block string just to get that +8.
The PRC dash out. Wow. That was really aggressive from Macho, but it worked out in their favor. But did spend all of their tension doing that. Doesn't matter because you have the positive tension now, and Eddie is back.
Yeah, this is true block strings, all super safe.
Catching
a dash block attempt between the Pierce hits.
Yeah, that staggered Pierce hit was kind of gross.
Going for a bit of a tension crush at the end there. Clean combo.
Okay.
I love the patience.
Yeah, but I like the burst right before it became burst safe as well.
There are a lot of chances for a combo like that to become burst safe, so you have to be really smart in how you use burst on its own against Zato.
You do. Challenging space from both players. Distance wasn't quite enough. Ondo out of range, but a big counter hit coming out for SQ. The RC just pushing Macho into the corner to get this position.
Dash block plus aim. We've got all of these mids on deck. The pressure going. Macho doing a great job of just staying calm in the corner for now.
Yeah, wow. Grab does open Macho up briefly. They do have burst if they feel threatened to use it, but they're not going to get the opportunity here.
Yeah, we need to save our resources. We still have a round to go, and our burst needs to be utilized, needs to be used in a place where it makes a difference.
And now that can be more than just for burst. It could be for deflect shield. It could be for the wild assault.
Yeah, clashing with a 6P. Oh, and Ondo being a projectile means didn't affect Zato while Unbite Hell was out.
Yep, classic combo. Applause comes out. Big counter hit from Macho, though.
Yeah, even on the air hit, you still get a combo. Careful of the resources. Gold burst.
That's big for SQ. Overhead, and then going to get the counter hit here. Overhead again does not work. Backdash staying out of PRC range. One sword is out and does catch the explosion.
This is a crucial moment here for SQ. This can lead to so much. The hard knockdown taking some burst away. If Macho gets any modicum of breathing room, it could spell disaster here for SQ. But the 5D coming out and the drop, oh no!
Oh my god, and the wild assault afterwards. Macho just not letting breathe, and then the 2 is going to come out
the
and
chip
close it.
Damage. Macho just barely out of tension at the end there. SQ, revenge, tying up their weekend set count, but in the place that matters most. It's 3-1. We move on to losers semifinals against Eddventure.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
That's going
to be fun.
But Eddventure was the one that sent SQ to losers, was he not?
I believe that is the case.
Chat, if you're in chat, you can correct me, but if you're also in chat, !Maturino, you can claim those codes, get some extra cash to our friends here in top 8.
So yeah, we did get confirmation. Eddventure beat SQ 3-0. Shoutouts to production because they are awesome. We love you. But yeah, please, !Maturino. There should be some codes left, unless you claim them all, and in that case, thank you. Go to the sponsor quests, and if you feel so moved by the spectacular gameplay that you see here today, go ahead and donate. We would appreciate it. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in for this Guilty Gear Strive Top 8 here at Ignite Skokie for Roundhouse 2023.
These games have been absolutely electric.
They really
They've been so exciting to watch that you might as well be standing up at home. The only reason that we're sitting down here is probably because this couch is so comfortable.
Well, and also because I feel like my head would go from this headset.
That's true. Yeah, we have limited range on the cords. We're on a tight leash here in commentary.
Yeah, because otherwise, I mean, this is so like what a place to go crazy with this entire MMA cage. Like,
we're in the Roundhouse.
I don't know if you guys can really tell. This is an actual legal MMA cage.
Yeah, they got people from like a local mixed martial arts crew to help set this up.
It's really like the floor is really cool, and there's a lot of
sturdy.
There's some give to it, which is a little frightening sometimes when people pop off. But you know what? I just got to be ready for that.
Yeah, but we're gonna be getting ready for our winners finals match here.
One that we have seen in brackets many a time.
Even here in this very room.
Even in this very room. So UMISHO versus Hotashi. And you mentioned it earlier, Razo, UMISHO, Hotashi all practice together very frequently. So there's not going to be character unfamiliarity. It's just going to be who brings the mix today.
There's going to be a little bit of extra silliness, I expect, because there's so many layers deep in the player matchup mind and meta game. UMISHO has brought out a lot of really interesting setups. Hotashi too. Hotashi, Bridget setups are always so different. UMISHO, the way she pilots Soul is very unique. That there could be something completely new that we see here that is just going to be, it's going to paint a smile across my face.
Oh my gosh. And round start did go to UMISHO, but Hotashi is the first one to put UMISHO into the corner here and get that position. Kickstart My Heart got a little bit off of it, but 2K2D and then, God, it's just so back and forth. I can't even keep up.
Yep, there's that DP. Hotashi knew. Whether or not UMISHO had already committed to a button.
UMISHO committed to a button on that one for sure. Oh my gosh, the way that she traveled across the screen right there. Another DP out of Hotashi, still winning the situation. The PRC does catch, and the Roger dive does not connect.
It's a bit of a strange situation whether or not there was plus frames due to the yo-yo on the comeback. but UMISHO just pressed buttons with confidence.
Yep. All right, following in now is Hotashi. A little bit of a backdash to create the confusion, but the tap dust is going to win.
And finish it off with Starship to get through those guts, but with such a low sliver of health, it might not make a big difference. And these players also played in the exhibition on stream, however.
Yes, they did.
And UMISHO had to resort to the Happy Chaos to clean up the set.
That is true. So UMISHO only plays the Happy Chaos when they feel very threatened. Yeah. And they felt threatened.
And I know in the previous patch I saw UMISHO said that Soul Bad Guy won this matchup, but it's hard to really say that against someone you may have a lot of hours playing against, because they're playing a completely different game than generic Soul, generic Bridget.
No, this is the highest level of Soul and Bridget that you will probably see in the US. BRC for BRC for PRC. The grab is finally challenged, and then a burst comes out for Hotashi. What an intense moment!
Being really brave with that 5K break off Kickstart My Heart is minus. Just trying to keep you in an uncomfortable position here.
I'm uncomfortable with that speed that she just went across the screen. That was insane.
That extra momentum off the shoot, allowing Bridget to get so much corner carry. And the instant rematch. UMISHO.
Oh, UMISHO and Hotashi will rematch so fast you don't even get to talk about anything.
It's just any other night. They're at home. They're playing on their couch. It's any other night.
Oh, for sure. Also, that area shift is so intense on this stage.
Unfortunate mistiming on the meaty setup.
Oh, wow. That was fast. That was really, really fast.
We're into this next round. It's complete reversal already from the previous game.
Okay. Ooh, it looked like there was a little bit of a wiggle attempt for a grab from UMISHO, but it did not come out. I really like, though, every time UMISHO gets these big hits, they are going to run Hotashi down so that they get the corner position so they can get this extra damage. Of course, we're going to Wild Assault because that's what she's doing with that meter now. BRC, though, BRC. This time, the big counter hit get dunked.
That's a watch this type setup. You know, you turn
was.
to your friends behind you and say, hey, watch this.
Oh, they're watching this.
They're watching.
They're watching.
Bro, they're watching. They're on the big screen here. It's 1-1 here. And this is winner's finals.
I mean, this is a grand finals at any tournament, but this is winners for us here at Roundhouse 23, and it is electric.
Oh, we're having some RC mix-up opportunity going for the JD. A lot of unique mix-ups coming in from this change on Kickstart My Heart.
Oh my gosh, just run down and then go ahead and hit it. Oh my goodness, UMISHO.
With the speed and momentum of a ballistic missile, UMISHO is in your face pressing that slash button.
Oh, the reversal comes out from Hotashi, though. BRC into a throw, putting Umi now in the corner where Hotashi had just come from. FD's those coming out, and then sliding right underneath the yo-yo.
Catching the backdash. That Bandit Bringer is so good at changing up the tempo of your block string that catches Hotashi off kilter.
Changing up your tempo is so important, especially on a character that can have a pretty predictable tempo like Soul. So good for UMISHO for creating that. Speaking of creating that RC was nice to get UMISHO back into the corner for Hotashi. Ooh, punish though.
Able to get the tick throw off of the yo-yo return. Oh, and here's a big 5H. We're going to be able to go through the corner, go through the wall. We shoot for the moon here.
I love the little like speed bag animation that they gave Roger too. Just like, I'm helping.
He's the best little buddy.
He is. That's what I said to Zero, and Zero said, how dare you?
Zero doesn't appreciate Bridget like me, a Bridget player.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
No bias whatsoever.
No, wow. Really nicely done there from UMISHO. I would love the consistency of that Wild Assault combo. Oh, gonna do it again. Thank you for showcasing that once again, UMISHO.
Oh, she was looking at the wrong resource bar. She went for the Wild Assault and got 560 instead. It doesn't matter.
But it was a really questionable, but like you can see her, she's like, yeah, that was the thing that happened. Oopsie daisy.
Well, look down at your controller and go,
oh,
why did I just do that?
Like, why am I the way that I am? Well, yeah, I won. Okay.
Take
look
a
at Hotashi. He's thinking.
Good long look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself, why did I do that? I don't think he's going to...
No, we're into it. I can hear it. It was just a moment where I thought, would you go That was great.
2d8 here.
Sure, why not? If
So
it works,
classic.
it works.
Oh, say it with your chest, dude. Why don't you?
I think it did. Oh, that burst could have been a little bit more punished, but the positioning was a little off for UMISHO. The PRC, though, does get the position that she wanted, hitting by that last part of Gunflame. It was just the last part, and you were on fire.
Yeah, both of these characters very tricky to deal with in the air for different reasons entirely.
2K2D, Bandit Bringer. No, that was Bandit Revolver, excuse me.
Trying to get in.
BRC, yep, and then the return damage on the yo-yo.
A little bit of a miss time on the yo-yo return, but we're back to center stage, and Hotashi's trying to do his best to not interact, but UMISHO has shown time again in matchup in memoriam that she knows how to deal with the anti-air situation.
Certainly does. This time, though, Hotashi going to be the one getting all that damage, but that was really interesting the way that Soul fell, getting that Wild Assault combo into the corner. Reversal coming out, though, from Hotashi. Oh!
Brave Volcanic Viper. She had the tension for it.
Coming into the corner. Yep, tech that. That last bit of Gunflame is doing so much work for UMISHO. Oh my goodness, the burst comes out too. That was so ambiguous the way that Hotashi was going to fall.
Right through the wall, this might kill.
Nope.
So close.
That is scary. Ow.
Catches the backdash with H stop and dash. Just doesn't want to deal with DP on Wake Up.
I wouldn't either.
Oh, the freight train. She's unstoppable.
She certainly is. Oh, Gunflip. That time Hotashi dashed out of it and was above it, but it's still going to take a bunch of damage. Getting that guard crush and then the opener afterwards, the RC and then the tap. No! Baited a grab out of Hotashi. What are you doing? Slump combo. Oh, do it again. Guard crush.
Oh, that's going to do it. UMISHO 3-1 over Hotashi. And the face Hotashi.
He said,
that's like, what did I just get hit with? That's the face I make, at least.
It was the guard crush opener into the wall slump guard crush again. Ow.
Fafnir, I'm scared. After I block Fafnir, I'm scared. I'm scared. Soul's gonna kill me.
Well,
Soul's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
I play a character that's gonna die.
Yeah, that is very true. And I mean, you play Bridget. You saw what happens in that matchup. But first, let's go ahead and get a couple of little ads in here so we can support all of the people who supported us here. For example, FGC Meet Us. Talk to us about your local Dostro.
Every second and fourth Friday of the month. Come to Ignite Gaming Lounge in Skokie, Illinois. If you want to play Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, King of Fighters 15, Guilty Gear Strive, or Tekken 7, come down to FGC Meetups and have a grand old time.
I just feel like I'm going to come on down to FGC Meetups where we're going to have a great time. $5 bracket fee.
Step right up. FGC Meetups every other Friday right here. FGC Meetups, Ignite Gaming Lounge in Skokie, Illinois. Hosted by the lovely people that host this tournament, Low Kick Esports.
So we also have the Capcom Pro Tour 2023 circuit for your chance to win a part of the unprecedented $2 million prize. I know we keep saying unprecedented. That's a freaking ton of money.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Go ahead and scan the QR code at the bottom to find out how to enter any of the upcoming tournaments so you can get your chance to win up to $1 million.
That's a lot of money. And if you want superior equipment to play in these tournaments, if you want some clean, nice equipment, check out the Glyph. Exclamation Glyph in the chat if you want to learn more. It's customizable, expandable, open source. You can 3D print a bunch of parts for this. It has hot swappable keyboard switches if you want to use it. The buttons feel beautiful even right out the box. And you can even just print out a background just at any regular printing place.
And I think it also needs to be said that this is one of the most affordable leverless controllers on the market right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of
you need to know that. Like, this is really important. But you know, go ahead, exclamation point, Glyph in chat if you want to check out more about their Kickstarter and everything like that. And then finally, we want to shout out World Warrior, which we have US Midwest on October 28th at 2 p.m. Central. Start GG/SF6 Midwest, again, hosted by the wonderful people here at Low Kick Esports.
Yeah, and this is one of your final opportunities. If you're in any one of those highlighted states, you can join Super Saturdays Start.gg, SF6 Midwest, October 28th and November 11th, and then get those points for the final, and you can potentially qualify for the Capcom Pro Tour. But we'll take a little bit of a break here, give us a little bit of a breather before we get on to our losers semifinals match, and we'll catch you in a few minutes so we can thank our supporters here at Roundhouse 2023. And welcome back. It's Guilty Gear Strive Top 8 at Roundhouse 2023. We have winners finals finished. We have losers semifinals coming up for you right now. We've already had some fantastic matches. And if you haven't already guessed who's playing in this losers semifinals from what's showing right behind us, Eddventure versus SQ.
Yes.
Coming up right
Yeah, not only are we in top 8, we're in top 4.
Top 4.
Top 4. So right now, Eddventure with the chicken on stage. There's a plushy chicken up there. Yeah,
I saw you holding it.
I got to hold the chicken.
It looks so precious. Yeah, chicken.
We love the chicken. And then
shout out to Ed and the little plush.
Yeah, I said, what is it from? He said, it was gifted to me, and all I know, it is mine. And I was like, okay, Ed.
You are my squishy and you are mine.
Yep, that is what he said. He was like, it's for me. I went, okay. But I got to hold it, so I was really excited. But we're getting into this now. They are both extremely excited to play through this. They are shaking their hands. It is actually really cold in here.
This is a rematch, too.
These
two played on winner's side to qualify for top 8, and it was 3-0 in favor of Eddventure.
Yeah, I'm not expecting any character switches. It's going to be Ram and Sin straight through.
Yeah, I'm not expecting anything else. Both these characters indescribably strong this patch. They are so good.
They're not only are they strong, they're consistent. Oh my, counter hit.
Yeah, that's something that has to be said about like the tournament consistency as well as sort of the low maintenance of a character, because if you are playing a complex character, that's just an extra mental load that you have when you're playing in a high-pressure situation.
Oh my god, that dash up from Eddventure. Incredible stuff. The YRC coming out, and then the backdash is going to avoid everything from SQ, but oh, what a punish on that move from Eddventure.
And SQ has 50% burst, goes for the wild assault, the hard knockdown.
Definitely does. Ondo comes out, but Eddventure guessing correctly. This time the RC does not hit, and another YRC with the overhead, double overhead. This time it's going to work out for Eddventure.
Moving to the corner, we don't have 50% tension yet, but we have a full stock of stamina. Yeah, no guessing allowed, but the Sabrabato coming down, the double sword slam.
That was a lot of damage. And grab coming out, though, getting the corner for SQ. We have 1 sword, 2 sword, ram sword, area shift sword.
I was thinking blue sword personally.
I mean, I was too, but you know what? Here we are.
Ooh, good connection off of the Daro.
That backdash was
Burst
so
safe.
sneaky from SQ. The spacing that it allowed her to get the rest of that combo was brilliantly done.
If SQ goes for S sword throw, S bayonetto, that means like instance right there is burst safe. You have to be careful.
Oh, what a commitment of a button from Ed. SQ gonna come over that. And the first game going to her, meaning that we're not gonna get the repeat of the match that we had getting in a top 8.
Already a completely different match.
I love that though. Adjust!
One of my favorite parts about fighting games, watching fighting games, is when both players are playing the fighting game. When you see the adaptation, when you see that they are both trying to figure out what to do at the right opportunity, it's just so fascinating to watch.
It is. The grab attempt comes out from Eddventure, though, and a punish and a burst that was just the worst, as my good friend St. Cola would say.
We have 50% tension, at least for Ed. Wasn't close enough to get the bubble overlapping with SQ.
No, that is... Ooh! Tech and then a counter hit on both accounts. Gonna get the beak driver and then... Oh, God, that's a lot of damage. But SQ is still alive with 100% tension. Mortabato!
I swear if he had gotten the clean hit, that might have killed SQ. But when you have 100 tension and an invincible super, you might as well use it.
Woo! Oh! Ed is throwing out some risky buttons, and I understand why, because they've got, high risk, high reward. But SQ is doing a great job punishing them. You can see the adjustments she's been making.
Yeah, SQ is definitely laser focused in the game right now.
Oh, Mortabato comes out again. We're going to get the area shift with all of the rocks coming down. Hard knockdown.
Yeah, and Eddventure building up to a burst. It's going to be awful close.
He's not going to get in time. It's going to be burst safe by the time it... Oh! It doesn't even matter. There it was, and so it wasn't quite burst safe, but it was that mental game. It was the mental game of if you burst, you're dead, and if you don't, you're also dead. You have to risk it at that point.
It's do or die, and these are the clutch situations that we really need to think about and worry about in a situation where we're truly in dire straits.
SQ is so active round start. Hawkbreaker is blocked and counter hit by SQ.
Be able to go through the wall, hard knockdown. That took 60% of that life bar. The ever-growing Wild Boy does nothing against this damage.
And the assault continues from SQ. All of that Mortabato with the area shift damage.
Where did your health go?
It died, Nostro!
Where did your health go?
It's out of there! Woo! Air backdash twice in a row coming from SQ. That time the sword does not connect. Eddventure, I thought he got a hit in, but he surely did not. Okay, that time he did though.
Hawk Baker. Okay, we're playing this full screen neutral. Both of these characters play at a similar range.
That danger is always so scary. You don't want to be put in that negative bonus. Oh. Counter hit comes out, swords, double explosions. We're going to go ahead and get the area shift damage. We're going to get the hard knockdown. No, not the hard knockdown this time because we didn't get the wild assault, but it doesn't matter.
That's going to be able to do it. First irrelevant SQ redeeming herself over Eddventure. 3 games for 3 games, tit for tat, and moving on to losers finals to fight Hotashi.
Whoo!
That was high energy. That was high octane. That was high flying. That was Guilty Gear Strive here. Roundhouse 2023. What a top 8 we have, Jadelyn. What a top 8.
What a gift we have been given.
It
to be able to
truly
see
is
this.
a gift.
It really, this game, in all of its iterations, coming out, in June of 2020, we're 3 seasons in, multiple characters deep that have been added to the cast, new mechanics, new moves, just new horizons for Guilty Gear, and we get to see so much of that on display here today.
Yeah, they're adding more and more, and Arc Revo finals are just on the horizon.
Already?
The last North American qualifier will be Frosty Faustings coming up, but they have a bunch of other tournaments. There's some going on in Asia coming up. There's one in Brazil. I think there might be one more in UFA. Should be a qualifier for Arc Revo, and players need to get their points.
They do. They really do. And if you want to check out more about the Arc Revo World Tour, you can check that out on Twitter, on the Arc Systems U Twitter handle, or you can find it online as well.
For sure. And we're moving into our next matchup.
We're going straight Nago.
Yeah, I believe they also played in the exhibition. SQ went on a 3 games in a row stint, so Hotashi might have been on the receiving end of that. I don't remember.
From what I recall, because there was one person who made Hotashi switch, and I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was SQ.
So I know Solar made him switch.
That is also true. Yeah, okay. There were, I mean, I don't disagree with this, but Hotashi is such an explosive player on this Nagoriyuki, especially with the way that he uses the blood.
I think the difference between Nagoriyuki and Bridget is Hotashi wants the stickiness and effectiveness of Nagoriyuki, so that's like once you're in, you can stay in, or your hits just do more. They matter more.
2H, look, I don't care how many times I see it, 2H is a good button on Hotashi. Or, I'm sorry, Naga.
Oh, using the Shadow Clone to cover the explosion, allowing Hotashi to escape the corner and punish SQ's approach attempt.
All right, the Beyblade immediately coming out after that confirmation. Yep, a big hit here. That's 50% for one touch.
Yeah, no super required, no wild assault. Ram is a fragile character.
Yep, there's a throw.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
I know. Okay, I'll come back to that. But yeah, that's big pain. Not gonna die, but you're not close to living either. Okay. Ooh, made Hotashi back off. The PRC is going to keep that safe. Overhead does not work, but the follow-up does the wild assault. And the wall bounce combo afterwards, and enough to wild assault again.
SQ trusting that she's going to be able to stay in Hotashi's face long enough that this burst is going to come back and potentially have a 3rd round in this first game.
The stagger pressure was really nice from SQ, but caught by one button for Hotashi. That's going to be the first game. So I do remember now, because I remember commenting on the stand-up animations of both of these characters. So they definitely, these two played on Friday with these characters specifically.
Yeah. And again, it's potentially a comfort pick with a player like Hotashi who plays multiple characters and switches back and forth between them quite frequently. It's just a matter of who do I feel like is the right choice right now.
I don't disagree that Nago is a good choice. Right now, SQ doing a great job maintaining the pressure, but what a throw out of Hotashi. Then you get the tap dust into the RC, another tap dust afterwards. You're going to get the area shit. No, you're going to go ahead and do the wall slump to maintain your corner position, which has been great. But SQ answering back, and just like that, Hotashi is now at the life disadvantage. Going to be able to get the wall bounce into the explosion.
Yeah, but deciding not to go for the wall break because we wanted to keep the pressure going. Hotashi using deflect guard at such a fascinating and such a powerful opportunity.
We're still learning how to use that effectively. It's only been out for like a month and a half.
Oh,
so
do it again.
Wait.
Oh, it's always funny it's the 3rd time. It's always funny it's the 3rd time.
Sometimes it's the 4th, but I don't disagree.
We're going through the wall here. We take a little burst for our damage, for our knockdown.
Overhead coming out. Then the PRC with the sword follows the YRC, and the explosion for the sword is going to catch Hotashi.
Yeah, very simple bait setup that SQ's been doing all week, and it's been working.
It really has. There it is. Sending into the other side. SQ putting a round on the board.
A 3-hit stick. That last hit's going to do a chunk of damage.
Oh, that was really nicely done. Such ambiguous movement out of Hotashi. He was able to get a good hit there. And now putting SQ into this position, get another throw, and then the RC afterwards. Okay, there was a little bit of stagger pressure because SQ chose to wake up a little bit later and made the timing weird, but we get a gold burst out of Hotashi.
Yeah, the burst comes out for SQ. We're getting close to the ceiling of our blood meter, so this damage is going to be heavy.
Oh, and she's outside of the range, too. Oh, Hotashi, you're dead. You are
So
all
dead.
the way dead.
We already dug a grave and everything. We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah. He said, I don't even know what I did.
I think he just wasn't counting correctly. SQ was looking for those blood moves. I think Hotashi just did one too many. I honestly wasn't expecting that to pop because it was getting so close and so slow to the top of that blood gauge.
Hotashi's thinking and didn't like any of that, so we're gonna go to the. Okay,
Yep.
no, just taking the time.
Coming in with the Baja Blast, the Goriyuki.
Oh, that is Baja Blast covered, isn't
Or
it?
mint chocolate chip, both of them, in fact.
Ooh.
You know what depends on what you're feeling.
Oh no, my brain was like, oh, dessert. That sounds really good. Going back into it,
it's 1-1, and Hotashi
1-1.
made one crucial mistake, slash SQ made one crucial decision. I don't want to say that what Hotashi did was a mistake, because if she hadn't bursted there, then Hotashi wouldn't have popped with his blood.
Right.
But the Nagoriyuki is looking and feeling comfortable, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's brought Hotashi a lot of success, including like an Arc Revo win, so that can't be understated. However, SQ has been making incredible adjustments. The PRC is going to catch. Oh my, counter hit! That is gonna hurt real bad. But the blood pop, and then SQ recovered in time. So now you're going to get the corner position. You're going to be bleeding out. The RC afterwards, I think Hotashi thought that was going to kill. And miscalculated.
I think he expected the wall stick.
I think so.
That's the crucial position, because it was basically one hit from getting the wall stick.
All right. Going to be able to challenge much better in the start of this round, but that blood is high.
These heavy blood expenditures have been very hard to deal with.
They're
for
detrimental.
Hotashi.
They're detrimental. Just let's be real. But that time you do get the knockback from it. This could be really good depending on how it goes. That comes. Oh my God! The PRC is going to keep Hotashi safe. That was very, very scary for both players. Oh, eat the dirt. Ah!
Yep.
No!
Oh, I had to hold my breath for that one.
I'm screamed. I apologize, chat. No, I don't. This is really, really good Guilty Gear. That's 2 up for SQ.
Yeah, and Hotashi readied up instantly.
Yeah.
He still feels confident in this.
Is it confidence, or you just want to forget what happened? That's the question for me.
Regardless of whether it's
intent,
confidence
whatever.
or hubris, we're riding the Nagoriyuki to the end of this set.
Whew. Explosion coming out from the sword. The PRC keeps the pressure. Burst comes out for Hotashi. Backdash with the teleport. And then went for a grab after a sneaky little teleport forward.
Yeah, long range. Hotashi on the Nagoriyuki has just a little bit more range than Ram does, but...
Oh, Wild Assault is going to come out. You're going to get the wall bounce. Not dead because of scaling.
We have plenty of resources to work with. Jump scare throw.
I'm jump scared. This is spooky season, and this is really scary. Oh, the low comes out from SQ, 1 away.
Yeah, that slight delay on that 2S. SQ has been heavily representing JH after a close slash jump cancel.
Huge wall combo. What a way to start. SQ is looking confident. 2K2D challenged the RC to keep it safe from SQ.
SQ's decision making has definitely been just something hard to deal with against her.
The burst was used by Hotashi. PRC though, SQ was way too high in the air and got a huge counter hit off of it. The blood. We're into that third bar, Dostro. I'm afraid. It
might not matter at all. We have the wall stick.
And 100% tension.
Decide against it. The dropped combo. Gotta watch for 100%.
Oh!
The Mortabato. Sealing it out. SQ and Hotashi both shaking their heads at that. Knowing that that final interaction was not the fate that we expected, but it's the fate that we're dealt here, and we move on to grand finals.
SQ versus UMISHO.
SQ versus UMISHO, and these players have definitely played a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not only throughout the history of Guilty Gear Strive, but even recently, both of these players have been making deep runs on online tournaments. SQ, I believe the last offline, at least major, that she attended was Combo Breaker. I'm not sure that if she's even attended anything else. I know she couldn't go to EVO in the end, but SQ is one of the players that you see a big tournament and you see a big online tournament, you're like, oh yeah, SQ is definitely going to be there. If she's not there, then
it's weird.
It's a strange day. She must be on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, so SQ notably at that Combo Breaker, that was one of her first top 8s.
She got 7th place, I believe.
I mean, it was nice. So I got to talk to SQ a little bit, and, you know, it was a big deal for her because there's a lot of offline nerves, was able to overcome that, get into top 8, and to be here and continue that trend of overcoming and being an overwhelming player and sitting here at least 2nd.
Yeah.
Which is not the worst, but, you know, you get to sit here and fight UMISHO, and yes, they fought before. Both of these players have fought a lot in. When CLG was doing Run It Thursdays, they often both did that. Esports Arena, they were both regularly part of that. There were so many tournaments. The PlayStation Tournament series as well. When that was happening, they often were invited to those and were playing against each other. So they're not unfamiliar, but being offline is very different.
It's a completely different environment. When you play in an online tournament, you're in the comfort of your own home. You have your chair, you have your monitor, you have your PC. You can gamer stance up if you want. UMISHO, the iconic UMISHO gamer stance that we all know and love. Yeah. Keeps it close to the chest.
I mean, you know, it is very comforting to do that. If you play controller, and shout-outs to pad players, I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
Yeah,
because I cannot.
Regardless, they've played online a whole lot, and I'm sure they've played offline when they have been at the same events, but this is potentially the most intense situation that they're competing against each other specifically. Offline, grand finals, money on the line, good friends, and Guilty Gear. Here at Roundhouse 2023, we're getting ready. It's grand finals, UMISHO Seoul versus SQ Ram.
Duel 1.
As always, UMISHO putting on the town inside me.
As well she should.
She's got that town inside her.
All right, that was this round start. They're just vying. They're jockeying for position. And UMISHO is going to be the first one to get that position. Going to go in for the stagger and the grab and complete it just like that.
Oh
SQ
my God.
SQ's rubbing her hands. She's like, I'm cold, let's go. Oh my gosh, what a round start from SQ, though, to answer back from that first round from UMISHO.
Yeah, that slight delay and this walk back hard slash, playing right around UMISHO's options. Having that range on Ram's side makes her a threat in a different way than Soul is.
This is a lot of damage. Strong from SQ. I stood by what I said before. When SQ is winning, she wins definitively. But UMISHO not afraid to answer back and take that statistic into her own hands. But then we get the answer from SQ. Mortabato is going to finish it out. 1-1 in the first round. Yeah. Look, we're right connected to the frame.
Contesting the air. UMISHO doing a great job of establishing strike throw very early on.
Woo! That little button coming out was very scary, but UMISHO was too far away to capitalize.
Oh, that 2S is a great stop sign. Soul having that low profile 2D, doing a great job of contesting far slash or heavy slash, but 2S, a long range button in its own right that accomplishes a different spot in the toolkit.
It does. All right. Just keep doing it until it works. All right, and that time it worked, and now you're going to get the carry into the corner. Do it again, do it again. Oh, the low YRC aggressive burst out of UMISHO to maintain the corner. Ow, that hurts real bad. Burst, though.
Do or die. It's
do
or die. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's so many ways that you can make that so difficult to get through, because even if you do like slight delay, jump, heavy slash with Soul, at a 0 recovery move, blocks burst for free.
Oh my goodness gracious. All right, the grab though. I mean, I get it. UMISHO's trying to get out of the corner where the sword was, but SQ was aware of it and was able to take advantage. The gameplay that SQ is doing into UMISHO is so different than from into Hotashi. It's much more reserved, and I don't want it to be as reserved.
Where Nagoriyuki is also a very explosive. That was more to
Yeah, that was crazy.
Where Nagoriyuki is also a very explosive character, they are explosive in different ways.
Oh yeah, that grab you had to PRC there because otherwise you're going to take a ton of damage out of UMISHO. Ah.
Okay.
They're so respectful of each other.
It's the pedigree of these players. They know that inches become miles in a game like Guilty Gear Strive, and it's a game of inches, especially when you are getting these smaller hits. You want to be able to turn it into such an explosive situation for yourself.
You do. And there's the Wild Assault combo coming out from SQ. There's the windshield wipers to break it. That's such an effective wall break, too. All right, PRC keeps it safe and then just DP. Sure, why not?
Being a little wary of Mortabato on defense.
You have to be, because it's such a good move. 100% tension. The burst does come out from UMISHO, though. Not gonna matter. RC is going to continue the combo and get around for SQ.
UMISHO being very brave with that burst, collapsing the system to a Cali burst ultimately.
Ooh! 5P came out from UMISHO, but there wasn't a big commit, so it ended up being okay. A lot spent off of FD. It looked like there was a grab in there, but too far away. Yeah, these 2 Ps and 2 Ks are getting really, really scary from both players.
They're using their stagger string to such great effect.
It's incredible.
Soul, a lot of his pressure built around those stagger strings. SQ sort of requires the staggers in order to pressure in neutral to a certain extent.
There was an RC right in the middle of that. Or was that a Wild Assault? That was very difficult to discern. The tap dust not working out for SQ. This blocking out of UMISHO is freaking ridiculous.
UMISHO, easily one of the best defenses in the world right now. And she's so good at just picking the opportunities to press or dash out.
Oh no, what a burst from SQ. Yes, I understand it because UMISHO has been so aggressive on the incoming, but now you don't have that resource in the 2K2D and then the bended revolver into the corner.
Bringer, that was a super low hit, so we have a few extra frames on UMISHO's side.
Tech comes out, PRC backdash, and then just an empty jump from UMISHO, and then counter hit is going to clear it for UMISHO. Already up 2 in this grand final set, but honestly, this has been so close. I hate to use the colloquial 2-0, but it's close, but it really has been down to the wire.
These players know what's going on. These players are weaving through this maze of options, and UMISHO has found the center. UMISHO's found the center, but SQ is not far behind.
No, and that's the thing is SQ, take the water, take the break, think about it. No, we're not going to get a character switch, but you can sit and think about what just happened and how you're going to adjust appropriately. You've got to win 3 in a row plus 3 more if you want to get this. That's so much.
It's a steep hill to climb.
It is.
It's Mount Everest here. It's Mount Everest. A player like UMISHO, EVO champion 2022, 4th place at EVO 2023, 2nd at CEO Otaku just a few weeks ago.
Gosh, that really was a few weeks ago.
She is at the peak of her gameplay, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's just getting better as the days go by.
No. Oh, the stagger pressure coming out, and that time SQ is going to be able to win that exchange. The throw, though, to challenge from UMISHO, all of that space that SQ got. And again, this neutral is incredible.
Bit of a stagger there, getting the counter hit. SQ trying to push UMISHO to the corner, but she knows how to poke out herself.
Ooh, stagger coming out. A wild throw. Not a ton of damage like it used to do, but it still is really scary. So much respect between these 2 players. Wild Assault not going to warrant anything. Empty jump and then a 1 button falling from SQ. Gunflame isn't going to get anything that time from UMISHO.
Yeah, the respect showing in multiple fronts. UMISHO doing slight hits on block and just waiting for any sort of reversal from SQ.
This is going to be able to close it out. SQ knows it, warming up the hands once again. They both have full burst, though, going into this next round.
Yeah, but that was just the first one.
Right.
We might be able to spend a burst even early on and build one for the final round if we so choose.
That is very true. And there's the gold burst coming out from SQ. Could be a game changer in this second round. But UMISHO doesn't want to let SQ use any of that positive tension that she just gained because now UMISHO has it in return.
It's Annie, go get your gun. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Okay, the JP is coming out from SQ. It's so effective on Ram. And this time now right back in your corner. You're right. Anything you can do, I can do better because SQ's got it too. PRC, BRC, backdash, and then the immediate dash in from SQ.
Gets the counter hit 6P. We're pushed to the corner. SQ still having a full burst gauge, but reluctant to use it because there's still another round after this, even if she loses.
This is so intense. YRC. And then,
Tiniest of pokes.
Yeah.
Close slash. We're on tournament point here for UMISHO. SQ is fighting to stay alive right now.
Strong round opener. Drops the rest of the combo though. Uses that burst to try and keep the corner. Really wants UMISHO to stay over here. The sword comes out, gets the explosion. Gonna go ahead and use the Mortabado. You might as well. You're putting UMISHO down below 40% life. BRC to get out of wall. That's so aggressive, UMISHO!
Yeah, we're gonna be able to get to the corner, but not much beyond that.
Overhead coming out. The PRC is going to connect for SQ.
This might do it.
Yeah, I don't know the scaling.
Through the wall!
Oh!
You know they made that super do even less damage now?
Well, yes.
Well, SQ is still alive. We're still here in Grand Finals. It's not 3-0. We're 2-1 here in our fourth game.
And what a start, that aggressive burst coming out to maintain the corner position for UMISHO. But SQ fighting her way out with so much pressure.
Yeah, SQ able to make it through back to the corner on her own. Gonna save our 50% burst for the Wild Assault.
That was the slowest animation I have seen in Guilty Gear.
Yeah, doing round start situation on go.
Oh!
Rather than a safe jump because we don't want to deal with the RPS that is DPRC on Wake Up.
That Mortabado, sometimes you just got to swing for the fences and you succeeded.
Sometimes you swing for the fences and get a home run.
You sure do, and that was that case. SQ up one round in this fourth game. All right, UMISHO swinging. Again, the respect from these two players, the distance that they play at is so impressive. The RC is going to connect from SQ. Get those sword explosions. Doesn't have anything to do for tension, so you can't do Mortabado for the extra damage or anything. But hey, we'll take those. Oh, burst though out of UMISHO to stop the assault.
Yeah, but SQ has a lot of health left, but it's not going to matter how much we have if we go once more in a quick tie of the set count. 2-2.
That water must have been magical because SQ recovered gracefully from that first 2-0. UMISHO's really thinking about it too. Now it's her turn.
You got to think about what changed here in these last two games.
So what changed in these last two rounds?
It feels like SQ is playing a little bit more reserved. In UMISHO, rather than being able to run up the way that she can, SQ is able to put up a button or a front that is forcing UMISHO to slow down.
Yeah, and when you can change UMISHO's pacing, the control, she starts losing control, honestly.
And Soul is a character that absolutely thrives on the control.
Yes, and right now does not have that at all. SQ in complete control of this first round in the fifth game here, potentially on reset point, but a throw. UMISHO's still alive, and you can't count her out. The YRC, though, a YRC in return.
Ooh. Yeah, UMISHO very liberal with the use of Bandit Bringer. SQ starting to catch on. That JP in the air, able to send her back down. And now SQ on the attempt to reset the bracket.
Big counter hit too, and the Wild Assault coming out. Just a little bit. Hondo is blocked though, but the tap dust is not, and you're gonna get all of this damage. Windshield Viper.
Yeah, very well timed on the burst recovery for SQ's side. UMISHO definitely in between a rock and a hard place.
Yes. calm blocking, but does get hit.
Safe.
Open up, yeah. Oh!
It found the opportunity.
That was very, very close. You had one chance, and you got it. UMISHO is fighting out of it, though. The RC, though, is going to connect, and SQ has reset the bracket.
Resetting the bracket, and in full momentum mode here, SQ just ran 3 quick ones right back to back, and UMISHO is going to have to readjust in her own way in order to recompose.
No, we're changing them. Not doing anything too differently. I was curious if the Happy Chaos would come out, but I know, like I said, I know she wants to win with Soul. She wants to establish herself separately from the Happy Chaos.
She's done a great job of it in basically the past a little more than half year. Since Arc Revo Finals, she switched full-time.
And I mean, even then at Arc Revo Finals, she was doing a lot of Soul at the same time. Oh dang, we got the soundtrack.
We got to put something on a little bit to juice us up, you know.
I'm hyped.
Great contest in the air. Falling to the other side, I think that messed up a DP input from UMISHO.
I think so.
We put the brakes on, slight dash up into the...
What a tech on that. That was incredible stuff from UMISHO. Like, I don't even care that you just got wall broken. The fact that you could tech in the middle of that entire string was crazy.
Oh, just barely out of range for the fast RC JK off the flip there.
Overhead. Oh, challenge on the Fervner.
Yeah, and the clash came out. UMISHO's generally very aware of clash canceling into FD, especially after DP. But I guess she just wasn't expecting it at that juncture.
Hold down back until it doesn't work, and unfortunately right there, opened up by SQ once again. What I'm starting to see is now SQ's standard combo.
Yeah, UMISHO been showing that she loves the JH, and SQ starting to really present herself in the air to make sure that UMISHO is thinking on offense.
Oh, the PRC. You are lucky you had that PRC, SQ, because that could have been your doom. However, instead was able to keep herself safe. This is burst safe for SQ, and took away a little bit of that burst, or the burst gauge from UMISHO because they used the Wild Assault.
You get the mix-up off the RC. Slight delay, the 2K2D not being a true block string. UMISHO's fading in the grab.
Stands up, avoids the assault, gets the burst again. Like, UMISHO just got that burst. The RC comes out, air backdash gunflame isn't going to warrant anything, but the Ondo doesn't either. There we go, caught with a sword.
UMISHO's trying so hard to control her spacing right now.
Yes.
And SQ is just putting out these huge normals and huge buttons that really just prevent UMISHO from being where she wants to be.
I want to point out something really quickly that SQ is doing. So they have used this Wild Assault a bunch in order to prevent UMISHO from bursting. There's a whole other mental game that SQ is playing with this Wild Assault. And I need you to notice how often she'll use it to keep UMISHO from getting out.
She's so good at accessing this win condition that is being in the corner, having positive meter bonus, and sort of looping these situations.
Right. So I expect almost a Wild Assault to come out. No, yet there it was, because UMISHO was close to burst again.
Yeah, we want to be able to use it at the last opportunity so that it has the most impact, especially if we can use it before or after the wall stick happens. Excuse me.
We get the RC into the explosion. Going to be able to close this out. Doesn't even need to use any of the meter with the perfect.
Yeah, and because SQ was managing UMISHO's burst gauge so well, it basically forces UMISHO to save the burst for the next round.
Big counter hit, but a huge swing from UMISHO isn't going to get anything. SQ spending all of the meter. Once again, though, it's more about controlling UMISHO rather than using for the damage. Oh my god, that wrist gauge is pranked!
And we had the heavy counter hit off the red wrist. Great dash block out. UMISHO beginning to start their offense, but SQ finds the range that they want to play at.
All right, PRC though. Oh, went for a grab. That could have been so bad for UMISHO.
Able to get out, pushing to the corner.
You put yourself in the corner. Why?
The slight delay. UMISHO is able to dash block out in time to still block the Wild Assault.
Double. Okay, you're out of there. That was good because, once again, SQ is doing a great job controlling the burst. The burst is maxed, though, and you're going to use it to keep your position for UMISHO.
Yeah, we want to be able to keep this offense in the corner, so if we get the wall break, we get the bonus, but it's so close to just losing this opportunity.
Yeah, Bandit Revolver does come out. The 2K2D into a short Bandit Revolver. Pushing the corner, YRC. What's the mix-up? It's a grab, not going to kill, though.
So close!
Oh, my God, BRC, what's going to happen?
Oh, the brave check with the 2K. SQ still had a round to give, which allows her to use a little bit of that extra bravery underneath her toolkit.
UMISHO's thinking very hard. She knows.
She was in such a good position just a few games ago. She was literally on tournament point.
She's on tournament, yeah.
Now she is on the receiving end of a powerful offense, a powerful offensive pressure that SQ is presenting to us. We started down 2-0 in the first set, and SQ has ran this back and now is up 2-0 in Grand Finals reset.
Does she feel the threat? She's thinking, she's like, do I do it, do I not? That's what that is. It's, am I going to switch or am I not?
I think the issue here is a player like SQ is going to have so much more matchup experience this patch against Happy Chaos than UMISHO will have as Happy Chaos against Ram.
I think that's an incredibly valid point, and I appreciate that you brought that up. Yeah. The crowd likes it, though.
Rare footage of the crowd liking Happy Chaos. But it's
you saw it here first at Roundhouse 2023.
It's hard to not like UMISHO as a player, though. UMISHO, a very friendly person.
UMISHO's wonderful. Actually, I mean,
SQ
all right,
too.
SQ. I'm like, also SQ is wonderful.
I personally haven't interacted with SQ that much. UMISHO's shown up to our local a few times and always has a giant smile on her face. But I love watching SQ on her stream. Always has an interesting point to think about when it comes to the game.
Oh my gosh, early burst from SQ. Yeah, you're threatened, Home Skillet. But you're right immediately, Dostro, about that setup and about the way that SQ has the experience. This is big. This is real big.
UMISHO is definitely someone that knows what's going on and how to get through the situation. So, but she has such little time to deal with it too, which is
big counter. How did that hit that? The hitbox is so disjointed.
You know, they made it smaller.
You lied to me, Dostro. You lied to me. I know you know the patch.
We're out of bullets too.
We are out of bullets, but it doesn't matter. We are blocking fantastically here. Not reloading yet. Oh, Curse comes out, and she is hit.
UMISHO, a player that's super comfortable simply playing the game without bullets, but this is such a hard position, and SQ knows how to get through it. And we're out. We're in chip damage range.
Yeah.
And now it's tournament point SQ.
Tournament point SQ, but I will say for UMISHO's credit, she did a lot better that round with the Happy Chaos. Okay, blocking. FD stops FDing at the last second, has not been able to use this, is not gonna burst, holding on to that resource.
Yeah,
there it is.
Very smart from SQ just to wait for the burst to come out because she gets to keep the corner, and UMISHO is gonna be put down in the hard knockdown. SQ fully in the driver's seat right now.
Got the sword coming out. UMISHO breaks out of the corner. We're starting to get that stagger pressure. YRC does come out from SQ. YRC once again, and SQ takes it.
From the jaws of defeat, SQ is able to salvage an offline tournament victory.
From losers.
From losers'
What a
side.
loser's run!
Did she lost one game on loser's side, I think. One game. Or 3 games, excuse me. She lost 2 games to UMISHO and 1 game to Macho, I believe. But such a powerful performance coming in from SQ.
Yeah.